came to play. There's a price to pay. Time for you to get down on your knees and pray.
Hello Fury fans and welcome to another video right here on my Fury YouTube channel. Today I will be doing a feedback video, but you probably noticed already I'm not in my room. I'm actually not in my own house. I wonder whose house I'm in. Well, it's one of my best mates. It's one of my best mates from work. Yeah. Hi! It's Laura!
Hi,
and there is a reason Laura's in my video today. So some time ago, Laura started playing a game called Detroit. And basically, Laura also asked me to live stream that game on my YouTube channel, which I did do. And the reason behind it is what Laura's now going to explain.
So, Detroit is a game where you decide a story of 3 characters, and all the 3 characters are androids. Every decision you make throughout the game changes the character's story, so it's quite important that you really concentrate and think of what option you want to choose, because any option it puts you in a different direction. So yeah, it's quite important that you concentrate. So I asked Christina, after I played it, I really enjoyed the game. It's like amazing. So I asked Christina to play it, live stream it. The only reason I asked her to live stream it because I want to see what options she chose, if you chose the same options as me, what you did differently to me. So I was like, I really was interested to see how different or alike we was. So yeah, that's why I asked her.
And then basically that's why we're making this video, so we can feed back to the decisions we did make, which were the same and which were different. So with that, let's begin with the first scene of the game, where you start out as an android cop called Connor, who has just been asked to go to a building and report to Captain Allen. There's this guy called Captain Allen. He's actually a bit of a jerk, really.
Yes.
And basically, you have to deal with an android who all of a sudden has gone to an emotional state of stress and has.
That's because he's the person who bought him wanted an upgrade, so wanted to get rid of that android called Daniel.
Yeah.
And wanted to upgrade him to a better model. So poor Daniel got upset about that.
Yeah.
Because he was being replaced.
Yeah, and basically because of that, he went and kidnapped a girl and took her out to the edge of the roof. So basically, the first bit you're doing is investigating, and then this one comes to decision number 1.
Yes. So, well, believe it or not, me and Christina did the same thing on this one, on this decision. We both rescued the girl, but to rescue the girl, we was playing as Connor, so we had to make Daniel, the android, trust Connor, and to make him to trust Connor, he let the girl go. But unfortunately, when he let the girl go, the snipers on the roof shot Daniel and killed him. But there's no other way, he had to die. I felt bad when he died though.
Yeah, I did as well.
Yeah, it was sad. Because
He
he just didn't want to be replaced.
I know.
And I felt so sad. He loved that little girl and his family, and he was just so upset. But
Now, you're going to find out as we go along how many emotions Detroit has. Too many emotions. Too many emotions. Yeah. So, after that scene, the next thing is you meet Andrew number 2, which is Kara. But her story does not start proper because it's the start titles of the game. So then that brings you on to Android number 3, which is
Marcus. Yeah. So Android number 3 is Marcus. He's like a servant for this old guy called Carl. But Carl's really nice to his android. Because see, in the game, there's a lot of humans that some of them treat their androids like slaves and being really bad and awful. Even some humans beat them up. But there's other humans that really like their androids and take them as one as the family, like Kyle. Carl treated Marcus really nicely. So he's the first part of the story. You just see Marcus like doing like errands because Carl's an old man in a wheelchair. He can't walk. So you see Carl just like cooking his dinner, going shopping, running little errands and picking up parcels and stuff. And you see their really nice like friendship with each other. It's really sweet.
I think Marcus hasn't even got the clothes that the androids wear. He's got his own clothes, hasn't he?
Yes, he has his own clothes
Yeah,
because Carl bought them in. And Carl's a rich man as well.
Yeah.
He's an artist, so if you see his house, it's really nice.
So then the game takes us back to Kara, and you begin her story at her own house, which is a guy called Todd. and Todd has a daughter called Alice. And basically, Todd will give you some housework to do, and then you'll go upstairs into Alice's room, and you'll make the first contact with Alice, and that when you come to your next decision to ask Alice about her mum.
Yeah, and this meeting with Alice affects your relationship with her. So it's like whether you ask about her mum or not. Well, I didn't ask about her mum because I just thought it was a bit too nosy, and obviously her mum's not there, so I didn't want to like intrude too much and divulging that bit. So I never asked her about her mum. So Alice really grew to like me straight away, and we find out that Cara was Alice's android in the past, but her dad broke her, so now she's back and replaced because she got repaired, but she lost all her memories, so she's starting to remember Alice again and starting like to connect with her again. So yeah, but Christina was being nosy and started questioning Alice. Where's your mum? And Alice didn't like it. So you got to get these characters to like you in that, isn't it, Christina?
Yeah.
But
I mean, what can I say? I love to ask questions.
yeah, she does. But yeah. So what's next? So next we went to Marcus, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Marcus, who's looking after Carl, he's like the servant, like his servant, but they're not. They're like family, like a son and a dad. But obviously Marcus does a lot for Carl because, like I said, he's in a wheelchair and that.
Yeah.
So you see Carl in bed, and Marcus goes and gets him out of bed, gets his clothes, takes him down, and gives him breakfast. And then they go to the art studio. He lets Marcus paint. It's really touching and sweet.
Which painting did you do again?
I did. I can't remember what I did.
I did Hope.
I didn't do Hope. I did. I think it was. I don't know. Can't remember. It was a nice picture, but
It probably wasn't.
Yeah, it's all different pictures. You get all different pictures depending on what you choose. I really can't remember, but it was quite. I think my one was more of a saddy one, like contemplating, like, you know, that sort of thing. I think I chose.
Oh yeah, because of the way androids get treated.
So it's a touching moment between Carl and Marcus, to be honest. And then we meet Leo, which is Carl's real son, and he's a bit of an asshole. Sorry.
Yeah, it's alright, I don't care.
So he's a bit of a div, and he comes in, he gets all boisterous, doesn't he? I think he's on drugs or alcohol or something like that. I think he's taken some substance or other, and he starts demanding money off his dad, who's Kyle, and Kyle says no, and all this, so they get into a bit of a disagreement. Marcus don't like Leo, and then Leo leaves after a discussion. So, but there's no
big decisions.
There's no big decisions at that moment between them, but yeah.
So
you just get to know them.
Yep. So after that scene, you go back to Connor, who is meeting Lieutenant Anderson, but we call him Hank. We love the name Hank, don't we, hon?
Yes.
And basically, we're meeting Hank for the first time at Jimmy's bar. And the first bit of the meeting is getting Hank to like you. I did not do so well here because work is work, and Hank had work to do, so I kind of threw his drink away on him.
Did you?
Yeah, I threw his drink on
He
him.
was like, no more drink for you, get to work. Because Connor's like this android who works with the police. He's like a detective, isn't he? So he's very work driven, and he works with the police. So me, like Christina's just said, she wants her Connor, because you can change the android's views and perceptions, and you know. So Christina wants her android to be work driven because that's what he was built for. Me, I wanted Connor to be sweet and get buddies with Hank. So I bought him a drink and he liked me. So Hank didn't like you at the bar, did he?
No, he didn't. Really like you.
So I bought a drink and he was happy with me. So.
And then basically the reason we went in there in the first place to go and get Hank is because there was a call to go to a house where there had been a homicide with an android killing a human called Carlos. So you start trying to find the android that has done this murder. and you will eventually get into the attic and you'll start looking for the android. So me and Laura both found the android in the attic, but it is a sad moment because you kind of feel sorry for the android because he's being treated badly by his owner.
His owner battered him, and he protected himself and hit back and killed the human. But it's not good, but it is a sad moment, bless him. But anyway, we'll move on before we start crying.
Yeah.
Next we go to Todd's house, and Todd starts. This is Alice's dad and Kara's story. Todd starts like going on about how androids ruined his life, and he's a bit of an alcoholic and he takes drugs. He's not a very nice person, but I think he's just had a bad run of life, and he's on a low at the moment, and he's just taking it out on the androids and stuff. So he broke Kara before, so now this is the new Kara. It's her, like, when she got rebuilt, because he killed the other Kara. So he started like just arguing with them, saying how they've ruined his life and stuff. Then he turns on little Alice, his daughter, and then this is when a big decision comes in, because he gets nasty. He smacks Alice, and as you as being playing as Kara, you have to make a decision whether to step in or what. And then Alice runs upstairs after she gets a smack from her dad, and then you have to make a choice whether to go and see if Alice is okay or sort. I chose to go up the stairs, go into Alice's room, talk to Alice to make sure she was okay, and then what happened in mine was Todd came in the room, shouting his mouth off. We got in a fight, a bit of a struggle. I pushed him away, and then me and Alice climbed out of the bedroom window, climbed down the pipe and went in the bus and escaped. And we ran off together. Christina's didn't it. Christina's, she went up the stairs. Before she went into Alice's room, she went in Todd's room, took the gun, went into Alice's room with the gun, and they got in a fight, and then Kara shot him and killed him in front of Alice. So yeah, and then they run away.
Sorry, but I can't stand to see a child hurt by their mum or dad. It just hurts me.
Yeah, I know, it's not good, but I got away. We both got away.
Yeah, we both got away still.
But she killed the dad. I didn't.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and then we go back to Marcus after that episode. So it's Marcus and Carl. They've just come home, and they've seen Leo in the studio wrecking it. Maybe he's looking for money or whatever, I don't know, or something to sell for drugs. And then Leo and Marcus get into a disagreement, and you have to make a choice whether you want to fight him or you don't. Carl asks Marcus, don't fight him because it's not good. So then you make a choice whether you agree with Carl and listen to Carl and not fight him, or you ignore Carl and beat up Leo. But if you beat up Leo, you beat up Leo. If you don't, Leo beats Marcus up. I chose to beat up Leo. When I beat him up, I pushed him, he fell over and banged his head and died. And then the police came, and Carl asked my Marcus to leave. And my Marcus was running out the door and got shot. And then, yeah. And then Christina.
Well, I wasn't too happy. I wasn't too happy about my situation.
Yeah, you got a bit confused with your situation, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Because basically I thought if I didn't hurt Leo, it wouldn't hurt Carl. But
Didn't work out.
no, it didn't. Because basically what happened is that
You listened to Carl.
I listened to Carl, but Carl died and I was really sad.
Yeah.
I was really, really sad. And then because the police listened to Leo, and the police shot me. So either way, Marcus now ended up as a Deviant.
Yeah.
But
Deviant.
he's been shot dead.
Yeah. So because Christina didn't fight Leo, Leo was hitting Marcus, and then Carl got really upset and had a heart attack and died because Carl really likes Marcus and he doesn't like his son. And then when the police walk in and saw Carl dead, Leo blamed it on Marcus, that Marcus killed him. Which ain't good.
No.
So you killed poor Kyle. I didn't. My one lived. But anyway, we'll move on.
I feel so bad.
Yes. So yeah. So the next part, what was it? That was the police station, wasn't it? And Connor goes to question the android who was, which one was it? Was it
It's the one who's murdered Carlos because Carlos treated him badly.
Oh yeah, it's the one that we found in the attic because the owner killed him, doesn't he? He killed his owner, the human, because the human was hitting him. So he was just protecting himself. So we're at the police station, questioning him why he did it and this stuff. You get the option to either really, you know, drill him, and but we can't drill him too much because he destructs. He self-destructs, and then that's not good because he ends up killing himself. I pushed him a little bit. I was drilling him a little bit, and then I backed off. With my situation, I drilled him. He was getting a bit upset. Then I calmed it down, and then the police came and handcuffed him and took him to his cell for questioning later. But he was still, mine was still a little bit upset, a bit too much because he clammed up, but he didn't kill himself. But Christina pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed, and got him really upset. He started banging his head on the table to kill himself, and the policeman jumped in to try to stop him killing himself, to distract, and he grabbed the police gun, shot poor Connor in the head, which was terrible, because Connor's who we're playing, and then shot himself. So Christina's was a bit...
Okay, I messed up again. I just wanted answers. Thing to remember, and also thing to remember is every time you get Connor killed, you're going to lose some of his memories. So that's not very good, actually. So yeah, I think I kind of did mess up again.
Yes, Christina's Connor has lost quite a few memories, haven't you? Because you've killed him off a few times.
I killed him twice.
I never killed him at all, ever. Michael is nice. Anyway. How about you tell them the next bit, Miss Bad Cop?
Cheers. Okay, let's see. Yes, that's it. So we go back to Carl and Alice, who have just got off the bus. You try and find shelter for Carl and Alice for the night, but first you go past a laundry shop, and in that laundry shop you try and steal some clothes. So Laura managed to steal the clothes to get Alice nice and warm, and I failed miserably.
Okay, thanks. That makes me sound lovely. That I'm a good thief. I'm not in the game. I am. Honest, I'm not like that.
I know you're good. What you doing?
No, but it was raining, so we had to steal clothes to give.
Poor Alice.
Alice was soaking wet and she was moaning.
But Alice didn't want the clothes. She didn't want them.
No, she didn't want them, but we had to give them her. So Alice is a good girl. She didn't want to do no naughty things. So yeah. And then there was a shop.
Yeah, we chose not to have the shop, but Laura took the chocolate bar.
But the thing was, when we got to this situation, we had to look for somewhere to shelter, like to hide out. So there was an abandoned house, there was a car, and there was a hotel. To stay in the hotel, we had to rob the shop to get money to stay in the hotel to pay for the room. But I never stole it from the shop, nor did you. But I did go in the shop and nick a chocolate bar. But Alice ate it in the end. She was so upset with me because I nicked the chocolate bar, but she was happy to eat it. How rude is that?
Ain't it like?
But we both picked the car shelter, didn't we?
Yeah,
oh,
we
wait,
both.
did you go to the house? The empty house?
No, I didn't go to the
house. Well, I went to the empty house and I saw an android there that told me about to go to, what's his face, that nasty man.
Yeah, I got.
Did you see him?
Yeah, I got the tip off from the bus stop.
Oh yeah, I got it from the bus stop. But when I went to the house, he told me again, this other man, another android, and he was insane. Yeah, he wasn't very nice. But yeah. Anyway.
So yeah, so me and Laura both stayed in the car with Alice. So
yeah. So I forgot what I was saying now.
Then we were both in the car, and then you're talking about the house.
Oh, the hotel. Well, Alice was upset with us to stay in the car.
Yeah. Because
she wanted somewhere warm to stay, but she wanted warm to stay, but she didn't want to steal the money from the shop. How was we supposed to go in the hotel?
I know. Alice is.
She's a bit annoying, you know. Did you find her annoying?
She's a bit annoying at times.
Till the end, I was alright with her, but in the beginning,
yeah,
I was like, you ungrateful little rat bag.
Isn't it like? I only started like an Alice I got on the council, but we'll tell you about that shortly.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So what was the?
So let's Marcus again, I guess.
Yes. So Marcus, okay, there wasn't much to do in the next bit though, was there? Because
No.
when Marcus got shot, he got dumped in this like big pit of broken androids,
Yeah.
and he had a leg missing, an arm missing, and his hearing was, he had an eye missing, so he had to rummage around all the broken robots and pick up bits, and
Yeah, this is like doing enough.
which was really cool though, because he had different colour eyes now,
Yeah.
and he looks really cool.
Yeah,
Because he had green eyes. Was it he had green eyes? Yeah, he had green eyes, and then he found one blue eye. So now he's got a green and a blue eye. It looks really cute.
So now you go back over to Connor, and it's now a new version of Connor for me because I'm shot my Connor dead. Yeah, but this time you find Connor with a lady in a garden called Amanda.
Oh,
And
Amanda.
Amanda is annoying. She can be annoying. There's a guy for Connor throughout the investigation, but I just found her very annoying. And you're meant to keep her happy, but
I didn't keep her happy.
Nah, we both did.
I did not like her.
We both did. We hated her.
Yes.
After that, you head back to the police station to find Hank, and this is basically more relationship building with Hank. Laura still gets on Hank, and I'm doing some good.
Hank loves me. Doesn't like Christina.
Yeah, no, I wonder why. Never drink, I know.
Yes. So after the police station, it's back to Cara and Alice, who have spent the night in the car, didn't they? And then when they got up, we have to change Cara's look because we got Connor and Hank looking for her because she's kidnapped Alice. Yeah.
What a my story.
Yeah. Oh yeah, if it was Christina's story, they're looking for a murderer because she killed Alice's dad, so she's a murderer and a kidnapper. Mine is she's just a kidnapper. So yeah. So we have to change our look. And what else?
Well, the new look looks a bit.
Yeah, the new look looks like Christina. She cuts all her hair like Christina's haircut, and I made her hair really white, so she looks a bit funky and cool. What colour hair did you make her, Christina? Yeah, she made it brown to make it look like her that she was playing in the game. How cute! Oh, it's cute. But yeah, and then things get really interesting now because once we get changed, we spot Connor and Hank looking for us, so we make a run for it, don't we? And this bit's a bit intense because we have to run past this crazy motorway. And I got hit a few times.
I didn't get hit as many times. I think I just got hit in the back.
Is it? I got hit a couple of times, I think. But I lived. I was okay.
And it still ended up with me having the same decision.
Yeah, we both made the same, didn't we?
Yeah.
Because we play as. See, this one's a bit confusing because we play both Cara and Connor at the same time. So you're crossing the road as Cara to dodge the traffic road. It's a bloody motorway. And then you have to make a decision whether you have to get Connor to catch them or not. So we follow them at first until we get to the motorway, and then we both choose to, because Hank tells us not to follow them.
Yeah, and we both chose not to follow them anyway.
Yeah, we both chose not to follow them.
Because it's like we want to see Connor to be happy.
Yeah, so yeah, we did that the same. So what's next?
So next it's back to Marcus, and he's looking for a place called Jericho. So Jericho is a place for outcast androids who have been dumped by their owners or severely beaten, and basically he's just basically following clues to Jericho. But basically the way it's happening is like it's a bit of an action bit now, where you're climbing up things, jumping over things, and all that stuff to find the clues to get to Jericho. You don't make any big decisions here, but it's just like really fun to do this bit.
It is fun because you get to jump about and find the clues. Finding the clues weren't so easy though.
No, some of them are
Some
hard.
of them, yeah, it was a bit like, where the hell's that?
I think I spent like maybe 4 or 5 minutes on one clue.
Yes, I did. But yeah, it weren't bad, but it was quite fun jumping around and pretending to be Action Man. So yeah, that weren't much, but just finding our way, and we both found our way. It was quite fun. Yes.
I found Jericho.
Yeah. So after that, I think we went back to Connor, didn't we?
Mhm.
So it's Connor and Hank. So really, I think it was where they're just building up their relationship, wasn't it?
Yeah, because
They're chatting about their
past.
past, trying to get to know each other. Was you two okay? Because I know your relationship was a bit funny.
We
at
were
that
starting
point.
to make headway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you was getting there. You was just. cruising. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to understand about. Give me a break.
So anyway, so Christina's Connor was just at this point getting a bit like nicey. Yeah. So he was getting better at this point.
Yeah.
So me and Hank were like best buds, mate. we were fine. So yeah. So yeah. And then didn't he get the report at this time?
Connor got a report.
Okay, so then was that the report for the apartment where they found someone else dead, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they both started to learn about the RA9. They find the suspect there, and
Suspect big chase, isn't it? Really?
oh yeah, they were running after him like no
Yeah.
time. So we had a big decision with this one as well, didn't we? And we
Yeah.
both did the same,
Yeah, we did.
which is cool. So we was running after the suspect. The suspect went one way, Connor chased it, and then Hank went another way to try and cut in, trying to block him off. But it came to the point where the suspect and Hank got into a scuffle, and Hank was hanging off the building, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And then it was up to Connor, us, to either carry on getting this suspect, because we did need this suspect, it was important to catch him, or save Hank's life. And thank God we both saved Hank's life.
Yeah.
I think Hank must have liked you a bit more for that.
Oh, he did. Like, went up and go, woo! I like him from here.
Yeah, so that was good. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then after that, Marcus has found Jericho, and he's finding more out about Jericho. At this point, he's talking to Lucy, who is like an idol of Jericho, and basically she tells Marcus the decisions he now makes is going to affect Jericho. So it's like telling the gamer who's playing the game that now the decisions you make will affect the group Jericho and your story. So basically,
They needed supply. They didn't have much, did they?
They didn't have much force swords. I mean, some of those androids were already dead because they didn't have much supply.
Yeah, they were dying.
Yeah, so basically then, Jericho finds one of the characters of... Sorry, Marcus finds one of the characters of Jericho, called Simon, and poses to go to Cyberlife to steal parts for the outcast androids. So that's when they start hatching a plan to do that.
Yeah, we have to go there and start building a plan. And then, so one that breaks off that scene, then it's to do with Cara and Alice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Who just got this I remember now. It's the bad bit. This is the bit that's not good.
No.
This is the dark bit of the game. When Cara and Alice were told to go to this house called Zalco and speak to this man called Salco. Was that his name?
Salco, yeah.
Salco, yeah. Oh God, this man was horrific. So we got to they're saying, go speak to Salco, he'll help you go past the border, and yeah, he keeps androids safe, he helps them, and all this rubbish. Well, being Cara, we thought, great,
Yeah.
someone's going to help us. So we went to his house with Alice. So it's me and Alice, me playing as Cara, and same as you. Knocked on the door, Salco answers. At first I was like, ooh, you're creepy looking, but I thought, no, come on, don't judge a book by its cover.
No,
Give him a chance.
don't.
Well,
Should have done that.
I should have done. Anyway, we went in, sat down, chatting, everything seemed okay. He was like, oh yes, he has an android called Luther.
Who looks like John Cough from The Green Mile, which is so cute.
He's so like him, it's unreal. And anyway, so we were sitting there, we was chatting, and he was saying, yeah, I can help you go to Canada because there's no laws, and well, I'll help you pass the border. But there's one thing we need to do first, is take your tracking device out. And I was like, what? And then Cara was like, okay, take it out so we won't be found. So we walked down to the basement. You know that's trouble from there. Come and follow me down to the basement. I'm like, what? No. I was walking down to the basement, and oh my God, it was creepy as hell, wasn't it? Something like the Saw movies. It weren't good. So me and Alice walked down to the basement. He strapped me up to this machine, and then he says to me, oh, not really. We don't need your tracker because deviants don't have trackers anymore. When they turn deviant, the tracker goes. So he tricked me to be in this flipping...
Wait, tricked both of us, really?
Yeah, he did, because you was the same. Yeah, he tricked us both, plugged us into this machine, and tried to wipe our memory. Dun, dun, dun.
But both me and Laura managed to escape our memories.
Because
We're that good.
if he wiped our memories, yeah, we
Poor
would have
Alice.
remembered Alice. And Alice was beating him up, you know. It was funny. She was trying to fight this big man while we were strapped up. And then he dragged her off with Luther.
But the good bit's about to come.
Yeah.
So because basically we go to find Alice, but on our way up, oh my god, you see the most horrific thing ever. There's these androids that we find in a cell, and they've all been played with by Zarko. They've all been played with. They've all been messed
They
up.
look really bad. It's not.
But
It's
they
so
get. But in
sad.
a moment, they will get their revenge. We'll tell you how they will get their revenge in a moment. Because basically, you find Alice, you get Alice out, and then basically when they go out the door, Alice and Kara, Luther and Zarko follow, and then basically it's when Luther turns on Zarko with the gun and points the gun towards Zarko.
And why does Luther do that? Because he saw Alice fight Zarko, and he was like, "How can a human love and protect an android just like that?" And he felt differently. It's something twigged in his brain.
Yeah.
So he saw the love for human to an android. So because he was always learnt that humans don't give a shit about androids, and Zarko did not care about Luther at all. Didn't care about any. Trust me, no. And at that point, he just snatched the gun off him, didn't he?
Yeah.
And was like, "No, you're not killing them." And then what happens?
The androids that were played with got their revenge, and they beat up and killed
They
Zarko.
killed him. It was great. And then
We got a new friend.
we got a new friend because Luther helped us, grabbed the gun off him and fight him.
And he wanted to come along.
Yeah, he said sorry, and yeah, it was really sweet. And we're all a nice little happy family now.
Yes, indeed we are.
So it's great. Oh, and in that house as well, there was one point where you can open up a cage because he was doing experiments on a polar bear. And
I didn't see this.
you didn't see your polar bear, did you, in yours? Well, I went into a room with a big polar bear, and he was all strapped up with all these gadgets. And it said, "Let the polar bear out like you let the androids out." You know, we let the androids out, but we're all fucked up. Well, this polar bear, I let him out, and when we got in a room where he was just about to shoot us, the polar bear bit Zarko, but he turned around and shot the polar bear dead. But the polar bear tried to help us. Bastard. So the ending still happened how yours did, like outside.
Yeah.
But I just saw an extra little glimpse of a polar bear trying to help me.
Oh, okay.
It was sweet, but he died. I wish I left him in the cage now, so then he'll be alive.
No, he would have probably died because they've been in the house, wouldn't they?
True.
Unless the androids were nice to him.
Yeah, the android must have been nice to him. Did you see the android in the bath?
I think I did. Oh, I went to the bathroom, yeah, I think I did. Anyway.
So, what next?
Connor.
Chatting. Oh, yeah. Then we go back. Oh, yeah, Connor in it when he goes and finds Hank.
Oh my god.
Oh, my God. So, Connor's run to Hank's house now, and then buzzing, knocking on his door, thinking, where the hell was Hank? He went through the back, looked through the window, and then there's Hank. Dead on the floor. Well, that's what we thought. We went in there, he was drunk. He was boozed up, he was drunk. Talk about drunk, let me get a drink. Oh, I've run out. Oh, well.
Drama.
Never mind.
Drama.
Well, anyway, I won't be getting drunk like Hank. So he was passed out on the floor. What's his name? Connor goes crazy, smashes the window, comes in, takes his pulse, seeing he's drunk, passed out, and then picks him up and chucks him in the bath.
And then Hank has a vomiting session.
Oh, yeah.
But at this
Vomits.
point, Connor goes a bit investigative, don't he?
Yeah, he starts snooping around the house, having a look around things.
Finding out that Hank's on everything.
Yeah.
So next, you have Marcus and the Joker members that are now at Cyberlife, and they're trying to steal the supplies to help the other androids out of Jericho. And when they're trying to steal the stuff, you're going to encounter a security officer called John. And basically, at first, he'll help you.
He's an android.
Yeah, John is an android, by the way. And at first, he wants to help you, but then he has a big question to ask you, and it's now another big decision now. You can choose to let him become part of Jericho, or to, well, basically not let him become part of Jericho. So I chose not to let him become part of Jericho because I didn't want the extra passengers. But because I did that,
Extra passengers, extra help. Sorry.
thank you, Laura. But yeah, basically, I didn't want it because I thought it'd be like extra passengers and all that. But basically, set the alarms off, and we didn't get loads of supplies back to Jericho. So Jericho had
Oh, what did I do?
Well, Laura did something loads more different, and it seems to be the most beneficial one. She let John come along, and they got loads of supplies back to Jericho, and everyone in Jericho happy with her.
Yep, Jericho loved me, and they hated Christina. So, yes. But anyway, what happens after that?
It's time for Eden Club.
Oh! The strippers club. Oh, this is where another thing that me and Christina didn't do the same. Is it, Christina?
Tell the story, Woody.
She's lethal. Okay, right. Eden Club is a stripper club. So you see lots of naked women and men. Well, androids. They're androids. So, yeah. So, yes. And Hank and Connor go to investigate because there's been a murder of a human being. An android killed a human. But the android got killed as well. So, Connor and Hank investigate these. They go into the room and Connor makes the dead android come alive for about 20 seconds. Asks her quick questions and she said, oh, the human killed me. And then she let loose a hint that there was another android helping her get the human off her. So as the human killed that android, another android came in to help her and killed the human. So there was 2 androids in that room with him. Yes. And they found this out, so they went searching around the strippers club to find this other android that killed the human, and they did find her. It was a girl, and she went and helped the android because she didn't like being a stripper. She didn't like the fact that she had to do dirty things with men and sleep with men. And she was a lesbian, so she didn't like being with a man, and she was in love with this other girl android. And they just wanted to run away together. And this is where Christina messed right up. What happened was when we found them, because obviously they were scared, the androids, they started trying to fight me and Hank. Well, me, it was Connor and Hank. Because they wanted to get away and run away together and live happily ever after. We got in a bit of a scuffle, and this is where the big decision comes. So while one of them's fighting Hank and one of them's fighting me as Connor, I had a choice to pull out my gun and shoot one of the androids, or not to shoot. I didn't shoot an android. I, spared her, and because I spared her, they got really sad. They told us a story about how she hated being a stripper and how she don't like men touching her and stuff. So Hank and Connor felt sorry for them both and let them run away and live happily ever after. And they run off holding hands, kissing, loving each other. It was really sweet and romantic. Christina shot the android. So that was dramatic. So she shot a lesbian android.
Okay, but when I think about it, if I could do it again, I probably will not shoot them next time. I let them be happy.
Too late, you killed them. So she shot one. The other android who killed the human got really upset, started screaming at Connor, explaining what happened. So she still explained what happened, and then after she got hold of Connor's gun and shot herself. So it was a bit dramatic. She said, you killed the one I love. There's no point me living. So she killed herself, so they both died. Christina. Should have done it in the first place. Shouldn't you let them live, Miss LGBTQ+.
Okay, I'm going to keep talking before I get blamed for everything that's bad today. So next we see Carl, Luther and Alice wanting some troubles with the car they stole off Sarko. So they are stranded at a pirate fun fair. And basically, they go and find this little hut in the pirate fun fair, which is abandoned and closed. It's enclosed and it's creepy as well. And basically, what happens is after they tuck Alice in, Alice and Luther start talking about their past and everything. And then basically, what happens is that these pirates walk in, but first you think it's zombies. You think it's zombies.
The way they just jump in, don't they? They're just like,
it's like a zombie.
Oh my god!
And
then you got to choose.
Yeah. And why and how we chose what we chose, I don't know.
I know, because you know what? Saying that, Christine, you're right. Because if I saw that and they come rushing in like that through the windows, literally they broke into that. Because it was it's android workers of the funfair that were abandoned, and they're scared of humans, so they thought we were humans in the house.
I can hurt them.
So they came, they thought we were coming to hurt them. So they came rushing in to hurt us, or like to warn us, or whatever. I don't know, because they did say something, but I can't remember exact. But they didn't. They thought we were there to hurt them, and so they rushed in. So we had the chance either to shoot them or just talk to them, explain who we were. Now, not be funny. If that was like real life, I would have shot them.
Yeah, so
because when you see it, when you play it, and they're coming in, the way they came in, they were rushing in like maniacs, like zombies, like trying to. Oh, it was a bit
Resident Evil.
It was, wasn't it? I was like, I should have shot them, but we both made the same decision, and we both didn't shoot them. So yeah, we've spoken to them, didn't we?
Yeah, we spoke to them, and basically because we spoke to them, and they explained the situation, and then they saw Alice, and because they were so happy to have a child in their park again, they wanted her to go on the carousel. So basically, you get this very romantic scene of Alice on the carousel, and the carousel started back up, and you can see that the android workers were so happy.
Yeah, they were so happy to see a little girl back in there.
And that was on to the last bit of this video with Laura.
Yeah, do you want to leave it there for now?
No, I can just do this last bit because I think it's not
let's do another. Let's tell them another little bit, and then we'll leave it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the next bit? It was with Hank, wasn't it, and Connor?
Yeah.
Yeah, because after that, which was a really touching moment with Alice, her little smile when she was
And I had
going
my
around
emotional moment.
Yeah, she started crying, bless her. Little tear came down. Oh, it was so cute. But yeah, it was cute seeing Alice go around and be happy for once, because she's been through so much. And at that minute, she just was a little girl, wasn't she?
Yeah.
It was
nothing about
and not only that, the androids was loving it. They were like, yay! Oh, it was so cute. Anyway, so after that bit, the next clip was Connor and Hank. They were at this viewpoint, and it was so touching. They were chatting away about the investigation, about how they feel, about Connor's emotions, and and how he felt. It was really sweet.
Yeah.
Overlooking this view, and it was so cute. It was
And it's basically more relationship building for Hank and Connor.
Yeah.
But
How was your relationship at this point? Are you getting better?
Getting better. Getting better.
Me and him was like chatting away like we were best buds, man.
Yeah, I know. I wonder why.
Because I bought him a drink at first. You buy someone a drink, done.
Life skills. But yeah, and on that note, unfortunately, we are going to stop the video right there. So there will be a part 2 video coming up soon in a few weeks' time. But yeah, until then, I hope you do like this video. And give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you it, and also don't forget to subscribe to Laura's daughter channel, which is Savalicious, where you can see all her live videos of Fortnite and all other gameplay. So until then, stay awesome.